about that. Come on, Bandit, come. Show you guys Bandit. Bandit, come. Cooper, move. Yeah, Bandit, come on. Come, Bandit. He doesn't like getting picked up as much as Cooper does. Oh. This is my other dog. This is Bandit. Oh. I gotta close my door. You say hi to this? Cooper wanted me to pick him up. What's up, guys? What is up? Just so you guys know, exclamation mark patron does not do anything. And we will probably time people out that spam it, just because. And I know like one person spams it, everyone spams it. But we will time people out if you're spamming patron. Also, yeah, we're just gonna. Guys, don't use exclamation mark patron. Oh, yeah, my mic's good. Don't use exclamation mark patron anymore. We will start timing people out, okay? All right, Neos, if you're watching, can you just get a couple mods in here? I can mod some people and just start timing out people that say patron. Or can you make a timeout, an automatic timeout? Okay, we go slow mode. And then we start banning people that say exclamation mark patron, because you're just spamming the chat. Okay, slow mode seemed to help. I think it's in slow mode, right? Is it? Yeah, it is in slow mode. Okay. Every 60 seconds. Okay, that chilled a lot of the patron out. Guys, exclamation mark patron does not do anything. So no reason to use it, okay? Also, a bunch of people have reached out saying that they would love to help mod. I appreciate that. Obviously, we can't just like make random people that reach out mods. Not to say that we don't trust you specifically, but obviously, like we can't just have random people that we make mods. But I do appreciate you offering to help. That's like super friendly or super nice. Okay, we're gonna wait a sec for the chat to slow down. Pet your puppies for me. I will. Also, just like doing like big spams in the chat will also just time you guys out. In the end of the day, there are like how many 5,400 people in here between Twitch and YouTube already. So we're just gonna be, yeah. Mod me, I'll help. Okay, hold on. That's Labosi. I will mod you. Thank you, Labosi. Appreciate that. I think this worked. Yeah, that worked. Okay, cool. You're modded. Also, if there's any other streamers that obviously we like know and stuff, please feel free to DM me on Discord and I will mod you as well, okay? Oh, nice. Patron was blocked. Good. Sweet. Thank you. Appreciate that, Neos. Yeah, anyone that Bell, please feel free. Just shoot me your Twitch username and Yeah, Koopa, I'll toss you it as well. One thing, guys, though, like, you don't need to be super punishing or anything. That's just not how we do things. So, like, if someone's like clearly doing like a big spam or copy pasta, then feel free to just like time them out or some shit. Please don't be like going crazy here. But if people are doing like big emotes or just spamming the same thing over and over and over, just, yeah, feel free to time out, / if like really bad, then just ban them. Sweet. I'll do it for you as well. Avalanche. It's Avalanche 1, right? I think. Yeah, that looked like it worked. Oh, I did it wrong. Thank you. I'll fix that. I gave a random Avalanche the... forgot the underscore. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, that should be enough. I gave it to like 7 people there. That should be good. And again, guys, like, please, like, as I just made you guys mods, don't feel like you need to go on a crusade. You can also mute exclamation Patreon there. You know, I mean, people are just going to spam anything that someone starts saying. So you can find the first person to type a new one and you can permaban them. But otherwise, yeah, mods, like, don't worry. Like, you don't have to be, it's not a huge deal. But if someone, yeah, is doing something, then just time out or whatever. But yeah, it's really hard for me to do a Q&A when people are spamming the same thing. It's because I can't read the chat at all with this many people spamming something. So we'll chill until kind of all those things are weeded out. Also, appreciate the fact that I just got like 60 DMs of people saying I'll help mod. I appreciate that a ton. But we should be good now. Thank you. 2-minute slow mode. I don't know how do I increase the slow mode? Oh, slow and then duration. Is it seconds? Like, do you type it in by seconds? Default is 30. Wait, why would 30 be 60 seconds though? Let me slow 120 is the max that you can do slow mode. I see what I did wrong. I keep saying invalid. Invalid. Yo, Libosi, you know this. How do I put it in slow mode, like for 2 minutes or whatever? Is it 120? Because that keeps giving me invalid perms, like /slow space brackets. Oh, maybe they don't want you to type the brackets. My bad. I'm probably that stupid. Yeah. Okay. I was just that stupid. Never mind. All right. I did a 3-minute slow mode, guys. Yes, we saw Kipsoft talk about us, and yes, we know what's happening on their forums. Obviously, I don't wish that for them, while it's like super flattering, and I will say that it is very flattering. Again, a lot of us, we played that game growing up and stuff, and so it is flattering. I still don't obviously wish that upon them. Yeah. What did Kipsaw say? There's like videos about it. They didn't say much. But the two forums right now are in an interesting spot with people talking a lot about Ravendawn. And again, we don't encourage you guys to do that. You know, we woke up this morning and obviously like saw videos about it and stuff, and it was a huge surprise to us. Again, I won't lie. It's obviously flattering. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm like this perfect saint that is not flattered by it. But at the same time, like, obviously we don't wish that on them either. And at the end of the day, they're another development studio as well. And you know, yeah. By the way, guys, I'm just trying to like intellectualize how to keep up with a chat this fast. I see a million questions flying, and I'm just like processing it because I've never done a stream with this many people. This is crazy. So I know that I have to like find a way to just pick out really clear things. Yeah, I mean, and there's also we're live on YouTube as well. So the 5.4K on Twitch is only Twitch side. So yeah, it's pretty insane. Especially considering like, you know, a month and a bit ago, we were doing streams with like 400 people, right? I mean, we had bigger ones too. But like, an impromptu stream like this, announcing 25 minutes before, and we have, you know, close to 6K people, is crazy. So it's a jump up for me, right? Yeah, YouTube is not as popular as Twitch. That is correct. On a good day, YouTube has 10%. That's on a good day. Also, for anyone who is watching on their streams, I say this every time, but we have like a lot of new content creators. I just want to mention that you guys are totally fine to restream like with my stream on your stream. That doesn't bother me in the slightest. Please feel free to audio, video, whatever you guys want to do. And the truth is, you guys can react or whatever. You can also just have it up if you want. It really doesn't bother me in the slightest. If you want to take like a short break and then just keep it up because you're streaming, you just want to take a break, that is totally fine with me. We don't care. Like if we're missing 500 viewers, we don't have ads or anything enabled. I know there's like the default ads, but we don't get paid anything. So we just do this to connect with the community during maintenances. So like the reason, yeah, to I guess kind of share, we wanted to get this maintenance in ASAP. Guys, you know, we're very aware of the lag on both the servers, especially during peak times when the servers get really, really slammed. You know, it is very common for MMORPGs to release and the day after launch, the numbers to drop by like 20+%, 30+%. It is very common that after a week, that numbers drop by even more than that. You know, we've seen lots of MMOs that drop 80% of their player base in the first few days. Our numbers have just gone up. Today has especially, I don't know if it's because it's a Sunday or what, but it has been crazy. And so with that, you know, Seraphine was at like 75% of Angerhorn's population a couple days ago, and now it is essentially the exact same. So if you are looking for which server to play, previously we would say, hey, go to Angerhorn. It has a lower, sorry, I just like killed my background. Okay, I just like destroyed my entire computer. It is all black screen now, so give me 1 sec. I gotta fix. Okay, fixed it. Whatever. So previously we would say go to Seraphine. It is pretty much the same population now, and Angerhorn is the same population as well. But we have a lot of new people finding out about Ravendawn, and every day we seem to be getting more press, more exposure, and word of mouth. I'm not surprised by the fact that the Tibia forums were flooded talking about Ravendawn. And not in a spammy way. I mean, you know, these are older accounts and stuff from what I'm aware. But in the end of the day, if a ton of users are talking about a certain game and threads on another game, you know, you're gonna get users from there. And that just is the way it is. From what I understand, a lot of people are also getting banned for talking about us, so I don't recommend you do that if you care about your Tibia account. And to be clear, this is just what I've heard. This is what YouTubers are talking about. There's not a verified source from me, but I would just say, like, if you're considering going to do that to give us exposure, please don't. There's better places for that, like Reddit and stuff like that. But again, yeah. So yeah. So with the maintenance, guys, you know, we generally are going to try to do like late night maintenances. So that would be like 2 a.m. Pacific time. Generally that is like the lowest population time for EU, South America, and North America. However, with this, this was a maintenance that it was either, do we want to wait till tomorrow and do it in the middle of the night? By tomorrow, I mean like 12 hours from now, or did we want to just get it in as soon as possible? And obviously getting it in as soon as possible during peak times sucks, but at the same time, it is something that we feel is really important. I will say, guys, we've made a lot of improvements over the last 5 days with infrastructure. We are supporting more players, way more players than we were on launch. And with that, like, you know, we have made improvements. We have made huge steps. Obviously, we're supporting way more players than we were originally. But with that, we're quite confident that these will be the most promising optimizations that we are getting in since launch. And the team has been super hard at work to prepare these and locating a lot of stuff that is just really bogging the servers down. And we are very hopeful that you guys will see a dramatic improvement come the reboot. To be clear, there might be some issues and stuff with it because we are getting this in real quick. Like, QA team was up all night QAing it. This morning they were fixing the things we found in QA. Like, you know, we are rushing this in, and usually we don't want to be doing that. So please be patient, guys, if there's some issues, okay? We are rushing this in only for you guys. Well, obviously for ourselves, because then in the end of the day, how you guys feel is a reflection on how we're doing. So I don't say it's only for you guys, like, we're sacrificing, or, you know, it's not that, but I just mean, like, we are rushing this in only because we know it's important for all the players. So with that, please be patient if there's any issues when we reboot. We obviously hope there isn't, and we did QA the shit out of it. But they are some sizable changes to different things in the game in terms of like optimizations, and sometimes there's side effects with that. But we hope that goes incredibly smooth. We hope that has dramatic improvements to the lag. And with that, it would mean we can even open up some more channels to hopefully get the queue even further down, or no queue. Again, please consider the fact, guys, that most MMOs, they release and their numbers go down every day by quite a bit. Ours are continuing to go up every day. And that is very unusual. And that makes it even harder on your server infrastructure, because usually you can just be like, okay, well, like, whatever, in a week, it'll be fine. The numbers will be lower. And also, like, there's another thing, we did a stream like this 4 days ago, like the day after launch. Like, hey, we're opening a second world with like another like 15 to 20 channels, which again are each like mini worlds, because we have just way too many people and the numbers are just going up. And I remember at that stream, a lot of people were like, oh no, like, don't do that. Like, we'll give them all in one world. And I very much try to make clear, guys, like, we had the numbers to do it, and it was something that we had to do. And I'm glad that obviously we've shown that, considering the fact that now the second world also has queues, because there are just a lot of people wanting to play. And so with that, yeah, I hope you guys trust our decisions when we make these, right? We don't take these lightly. We use a lot of data to back up these decisions, and hopefully we show that we don't make these decisions without really considering it. As well, there's like 10 trillion questions in chat, 6K people between both platforms. I won't be able to keep up with it, I promise. Just assume if you're in here, most of your questions won't get answered. I will answer a ton of questions during this maintenance and talk about some other stuff, some cool things, talk about tomorrow a little bit and the stuff that we have coming tomorrow. But with that, please just assume, yeah. One thing, people will keep asking about the Reddit. Previously, we wanted to, we were keep in mind, a month ago, our Discord had like 26,000 people. We are now at like 61,000 people. Less than a week ago, we were at 30,000 people. We've literally doubled in Discord in the last like week. And with that, we always wanted to keep our community with an old school forum feel and a Discord, because that's just how we like to engage the most. And we didn't want to split our community into too many different routes, right? And I think that's kind of a good thing to do when you are, a Discord of 30,000 people. However, obviously with how much we've grown, we do plan to make a push on the Reddit. We do, that is our subreddit. Technically it's like our user that started it, but we don't have like mods and stuff set up. And so we will work as soon as like the servers are all under control and we have those improvements to community land that we've talked about. Once those things are in, we will work on setting up a good mod team for the Reddit, and we will open up the Reddit and we will do some fun stuff over there. We'll probably do like a few like fun games and some giveaways, but we want to do it right. We want to do it the right way. We don't want to just open it up and like, we want to do it the right way. We want to make it fun. And so with that, please just, be patient on that. And we will open it though, and do some cool stuff in there. We just want to make sure it's like set up right before we do that. And so right now, obviously our forums are crazy active. Please to use the forums or Discord. We understand that Reddit is nice for its own reasons that a forum and Discord isn't, and that's why we will open it up for sure. We just want to make sure we get like some mods in place, make sure people aren't like posting like NSFW links and shit like that in there, right? Those kind of things that need to be considered, right? We wouldn't want to open it and then like a day later be like, oh, it's getting spammed, we need to close it, something like that. So yeah, we're down for maintenance for I believe like another hour. So I will be hanging out here until the maintenance is over. So if that maintenance gets extended for 12 hours, I will be here for 12 hours with you guys hanging out. It won't be, by the way. I'm just bugging you. We usually try to like overshoot on maintenance ETAs. That's why like virtually all of our maintenances have been quicker. I know a lot of games, listen, I'm a WoW player since forever. Basically every maintenance to say is always way longer than they say. We try to do the opposite and like under promise, over deliver. And so with that, like hopefully we're up sooner, but if we're not, and if it's delayed a bit, then, you know, I'll be here with you guys. So someone's saying, stop pretending you're not seeing my message. Dog, look at the chat. There's 6,000 people in here. If oh my God. Also, we are going to probably just start timing out people asking for a server location in their area. Don't think you're original asking for this, guys. Like, it doesn't help the more you say it. That is not how we make our decisions. To be clear, a lot of people ask for a South American server, guys. We tried very hard for months to set up deals down there. It is very hard to get reliable South American infrastructure. Like OVH is not in South America. AWS does not have the server types that we need to run our game. They would just simply not work. And so this is not something that is possible for us. Otherwise we would. What is possible is we can consider setting up our own servers down in South America. We do have staff down there. Multiple of our senior programmers are down in South America as well. This is definitely something that we are now possibly considering because obviously we have exploded. I should be super clear, guys. This is nothing that would come in the next month or two. This is something that takes a lot of time, if we were to do that. So I just want to make that super, super clear, guys. When I say this, I say considering. There are many things we're considering. We are exploding. We did not expect to have this many people. We didn't expect any of this. We expected, maybe 5 to 10 times growth from the open beta. I feel like that's pretty normal. You see a lot of games have that. A lot of games, a lot of MMOs have actually less players from their open beta to their launch. However, we have 50 to 100x those numbers. So you guys need to understand and bear with us that we are gonna make as many things as we can, do as many things as we can. But just give us time, give us a sec. There's a reason why you see pretty much all of us around 20 hours a day since launch, right? Because this means a lot to us. The opportunity we've been given on how successful the game has been is exactly that. It is a huge opportunity. I tell this to the team all the time. They probably hate me for saying it as much as I do, but it is an opportunity. Not a lot of studios make a project that, gets this kind of reception. And while we always felt it deserved this kind of reception, you never know if it gets it, right? You never know if it sparks it, or if it's that right timing, or it sparks that thing in the community. And I hope you guys know that we're working tirelessly to make sure, we're working tirelessly until the big things are solved, right? Servers super stable. We don't want any lag on them. Community housing is a big one that we talk a lot about, and we won't rest until that is in. These big ones are gonna get solved before we rest. And then when we rest, it'll be a short rest. It'll be a nice deep night of sleep and then right back at it. And you guys can expect me to be here around the clock for you guys for the foreseeable future. Once we get those things in, I'm still going to be everywhere. You guys are going to see me on Twitch streams. You guys are going to see me engage with the community in Discord 7 days a week. This project means too much to myself and the team, and I understand that myself being involved the way that I am is really important to a lot of players, and that's why I do it. Please add a book offhand. That sounds pretty sick, actually. Now, do you watch UFC? Just curious. I used to watch a lot of UFC about like 6-7 years ago. I don't really as much anymore. I'll watch like a big fight, especially if like a lot of friends want to watch it. I did see clips though. I'm Canadian, so I did see clips of UFC Toronto last night, and I saw like 60,000 people booing our prime minister or chanting against our prime minister pretty much the entire fight. So I did see that. If that means anything. If it means anything though, a standard UFC audience would not like our prime minister because of the political party he's in. It's kind of like you're probably not going to see a lot of Biden supporters at a UFC event. So can you say how many players you have from each country? Yeah, actually, I can kind of share this. We just grabbed this data like a couple days ago. It is but 25 it is 30% EU. No, sorry. Hold on, let me just pull it up. Yeah, I think this was. Yeah, okay. Yeah, sorry. 45% South America, 35% EU, 20% North. Or sorry. Yeah, 20% North America, 35% EU, 45% South America. We are not currently allowing server transfers. There's some obvious reasons for this, guys, but with the way our LAN system works, allowing a server transfer from an older server to a newer server has huge issues because they are able to grab medium LAN and large LAN before Seraphine. Maybe once like the collective is at like the level where that LAN stuff is over, which will be a while from now, maybe we would allow server transfers. I can't say that for sure, but that is, if we were to probably approach it, that is probably how we would approach it. But again, I'm not saying anything for sure here, just answering how we would handle it if we were. Is there any talk about releasing a solo self-found server later? Hello, WoW player. There's some like cool ideas that we've been given. Some people have said like obviously a hardcore server would be kind of cool. Solo self-found's kind of cool. There's also people that have said like, hey, could you make a server where loot, like, you know how like fish drop when you die, could you do like a full backpack loot kind of server? So not full loot where you drop all your gear, but where you do drop your backpack. And some of those ideas are pretty cool. I think, you know, especially if you make it optional and you make it a specific world, I think things like that are cool for the future. Again, when I talk about this stuff though, guys, this is stuff that like, it's just a cool idea. Even if we loved one of these ideas, it would be a few months away, right? We you know, we have a roadmap for the things that we want to introduce into the game over the next few months. Speaking of roadmaps, within the next 48 hours, we want to do it for tomorrow, but within the next 48 hours, we will be dropping a roadmap for you all to show you kind of the things that we have coming. So please stay tuned for that. Also, one big thing, guys, since I have such a huge audience in here, I'm going to mention a few things that I think one thing that gets mentioned a ton, especially by ultra wide players, if the screen looks fuzzy to you, usually this is people with bigger monitors, ultra wide, stuff like that. If you have one, listen up. Many times they mention it looks fuzzy. If you go to settings and turn off anti-aliasing, it will not look fuzzy anymore. Okay. It is just a little toggle. We, for the longest time, thought this was like a DPI setting that people were having issues with, and we could not figure out why the game looked fuzzy for them. But this is just anti-aliasing. Another thing I want to mention, guys, we thought that most people preferred anti-aliasing. Turns out most people actually prefer it off. So we are turning it off by default. Okay. Everyone listen up. Okay. When you log in, you're going to be like, whoa, the game looks super different. the game looks super different. Just go to your settings and turn anti-aliasing on if you prefer it the other way. You can go back and forth. What we want to do eventually is make, like, when you log in the first time as a new player, you see two screens and you pick which one you like more, because some people love anti-aliasing, some people hate it, right? Usually, like, more old school retro gamers prefer it off, and some other people prefer it on. I like it both ways. I think it on looks way better for screenshots, but I agree it off feels better when you're playing. So, and our pixel artists obviously are more proud of it being off. But just so you guys know, it will be turned off this next reboot by default. So your screen will look different. If you like it more with it on, go turn it on. If you prefer it off, keep it off. But if you are an ultra wide monitor, that is why your screen was fuzzy and blurry. We now know. We had no idea what people were trying to say, but that is why. And every, like, some other people also, yeah. With anti-aliasing off, you can actually properly appreciate the work the artist put into the great pixel arts. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it definitely is. It shows more of what they really made, right? Or shows exactly what they really made. But there are some people that, especially if they never play like kind of retro style games, they prefer anti-aliasing on because it just makes everything look a little bit more like, it makes everything look not HD, because it's almost the opposite of HD, but it makes it look less like pixel art, I guess, which some people, they don't like pixel art. There will be proxies for Europe. Okay, this is another big thing. So we did an announcement a couple days ago, guys, that you guys can see it in our announcements. If you go like 4 or 5 up, guys, okay? If I'm talking about this, go like 4 or 5 announcements up to the exit lag announcement. We had a global proxy system built into Ravendawn in the open beta. It worked incredibly well. We had almost no issues. However, for whatever reason, for launch, it did not work well. It was causing like 5 to 10% of people to just not be able to connect to the game at all. They just literally could not play. And so we disabled it. We assume this is because so much traffic was being pushed through these proxies, and maybe our server provider was like, oh, this is suspect, let's block them off. We're not 100% sure why, though. Because of that, we have disabled the system until we fix it. The team is already working on fixing it, and hopefully we get that back up as soon as possible. However, because of this, we put together a deal with Exit Lag to get everybody in our community 30 days free of playing Ravendawn through Exit Lag. I need to make super clear, it says it in my announcement, we took no money for this, okay? We are not making referral money. We didn't take a single dollar to promote this. They came to us, they said, hey, we want to give you guys 7 days free for all your users, and we will pay you 20% referral on everybody that signs up. Obviously, with a 60,000 person Discord and significantly multiples of that more players, we could have made a lot of money on this. We told them, no, we want 30 days for our users and we don't want a single dollar from you. They said, as you would expect, they happily said yes. And so you guys all get 30 days free. You don't have, all you have to do is sign up. You don't have to even like, you don't have to like put in any credit card information. You don't need a certain referral link or anything. You literally just can connect to Ravendawn through Exit Lag and it will not charge you anything. So I just want to make that super clear one more time, guys, because this is how shit runs off really fast. We are not paid a single dollar by them. We are not getting anything from them. We only set this up for the users until our global proxy system is back up. So if you guys are like from EU or South America, some people have seen their lag go from like 140 ping in parts of EU down to like 100 ping. It can be a massive improvement depending where you're from. And if you're from Poland, for example, you'll probably go from like 120 down to 90. So I really recommend you guys grab it. Again, it is completely free. I'm 99% sure you don't have to put in any card information or anything. You don't need a referral link. You just literally go to their website. You can see our announcement if you scroll up, and we have a link where they talk about us and stuff like that. So please, if you guys are like, now's the time. Servers are off. Now's the time to grab it and reduce that ping until our global proxy system is back up. I will say again one more time, I've used Exit Lag in the past. I think they're a cool software, but this is not us like officially endorsing them in any way or anything like that. Please feel free, just use it for the 30 days and then delete it and delete your account. Like, that's fine by us. But again, I've used their product before and I think it's good. But when we have our global proxy system up, you shouldn't need it. So again, because completely free built into our client. So. Why change from Living Phoenix to Tavern Light? For a couple of reasons, but the main one is purely because saying Phoenix and spelling Phoenix to most of the world outside of North America is, and I mean, parts of EU, but for a lot of the world, saying Phoenix and spelling Phoenix is very hard. So it is a terrible branding compared to like Tavern Light. The other thing too is our studio name is very old, from day one, and it had a different meaning behind it back then. And we really felt that Tavern Light fit our brand and what we're trying to do better, which is really, the end of the day, the reason why we use Tavern Light as our name. This was something that we discussed for like a very long time on what we want our name to be and what we felt encapsulated the studio and what we're making. And the idea is like, we wanted to paint that picture of snowy outdoors, a warm tavern, and a bunch of people around a candlelight telling stories and playing games. That is really why we chose that name. And we just feel like encapsulates the studio a lot better, but it also is a million times better when it comes to branding, when it comes to other countries saying the word, spelling the word, stuff like that. So we were having a lot of issues where articles would get written by us about like other countries, and they would spell like Pionix or like F-E-N, all that stuff. So yeah. Marks on map, we will definitely do in the future. We have a lot of other things that are more important than marking your mini map though right now. Okay, guys. I just got something confirmed by Neos. Apparently, the anti-aliasing default change is not probably going to be in for this maintenance. So literally just go to settings and flick it off. Simple as that. It's not obviously nothing. We were just going to turn it off by default, so most people would see. But if you are ultra wide or you feel like the game looks a little blurry, just flick that switch off. Again, we asked like a ton of streamers and their kind of chats yesterday, like, what do you prefer? And they tried it, and almost all of them, as soon as they did, they're like, whoa, that looks way better. So I encourage everyone here just to go in the settings when you're back on and just try it real quick and see if you like it more. Uh-oh, Libosi miss banning people. Is that what I'm saying? It is hilarious to see people that we banned for cheating in the chat crying now. It's beautiful. One thing we also got to mention, guys, we are hyper actively banning people for cheating in various ways, whether it is botting, RMT, whatever you want to insert here. We have staff in game. We have detection tools. We have banned a lot of people. A lot of people. I think we are one of the very few MMORPGs that actually have staff in a call going around in-game GM characters banning people. It's obviously, it costs money to do that, to have real people actually doing this, but we think it's incredibly important. I want you guys to understand that these are permanent bans. We don't do a 3-day, 1-week ban like many games do. These are permanent bans. If you are caught cheating, when I say botting, guys, to be clear, this is macroing. This is using an auto clicker, using a goddamn chicken to hit a letter on your keyboard. If you are having your kids play for you and they cannot communicate to a GM, don't do it. That is the oldest excuse ever. They say, oh, my 3-year-old was killing toads for me, and they don't know how to talk. Then they are not suited to pass our bot detection. So just so you guys understand, it is a permanent ban. We've had so many people crying to us about these. Listen, cheat, you get got. It's simple as that. Okay. And unlike a lot of games, we are actively going around and banning the shit out of people. It's oddly therapeutic, but also it is, yeah. Losers. What about silver sellers? We are doing the exact same. We are permanently banning them as well. If you are trying to sell silver for real life money, you will be permanently banned as well. Make a wall of shame for bans. This is something that I've always wanted to do. I've always thought it'd be tons of fun, but you actually kind of have to be careful with it. There are reasons why you can't really do that unless you're like a really small game, because there is some concerns of like, if you were maybe wrong somehow, one, it completely destroys your name, right? And which is obviously very rare. We have our checks and we have our reasons, and most people's excuses we've heard 1,000 times before, but also like there is some weird things that can happen when you're like publicly shaming someone like that with a big platform, in that kind of way. And so unfortunately we can't really do a wall of shame as much as we would love to. We can't say the names as we ban people. We can't do, what we want to do is we want to do an announcement. So every time someone gets banned, it does like an announcement. We thought that would be kind of funny. Like kind of like on hardcore WoW servers where it says like someone died. But we can't really do that, unfortunately. And so, you know, but a lot of you guys have seen us very active in game, and banning a lot of people. So I know most of you guys have seen it. And those of you who have not seen us viciously going around, and banning people, you'll just have to, take our word for it and know that I smile because it is fun. Patreon is very expensive by Brazilian standards. I understand that it's not cheap for Brazil, but I will also say it is incredibly cheap compared to almost every single game in the world. We are less than a Tibia sub by quite a bit. We are half of a RuneScape sub. We are half of an Albion sub. We are less than half of a WoW sub. I can insert pretty much every single game. We priced our patron at a price point that was cheaper than pretty much every single sub in the world, especially for a game now our size. And we did that because we wanted to consider the fact that we do have South American players, we have Polish players, that are in, you know, they don't have economies like Sweden or something. Like, we understand that, and that's why we priced it the way we did, to be clear. But we also, you cannot do regional pricing when you have a global game. You cannot do that for very obvious reasons. And so I hope you guys understand that. It is not half a WoW sub. WoW sub price. Maybe I'm wrong. So I see 16 or 15.99 USD. Oh no, sorry, that's for 3 months. Sorry. 17.99 USD. So it is less than half the price of a WoW sub. Isn't 15 USD for 3 months? Cool. Because like when you Google it, it says 14.99, but it says for 3 months. Like 14.99 per month for 3 months. And obviously ours is discounted for multiple months. That's why I didn't use that number. Oh, then maybe they're just charging. Okay, interesting. Because for me, okay, so we are half the price of a WoW sub, or we are 53% the price of a WoW sub. I'm sorry, we're very close to half the price. But yeah, we obviously cannot reduce it further. Do you have opportunities for non-C++ developers? Not really so much currently, but I mean, you're welcome to apply still. We've received like 100 applications in the last couple days. You are all welcome if you want, if you're looking for a position with us. We, you know, our studio is going to expand, right? We're going to grow off this because Ravendawn is way bigger than we ever could imagined. And that is an amazing opportunity for us to, instead of coast off that and just be like, oh, sweet, like we can cash out on this. We are going to grow the team. We are going to make way cooler content, way more content. You guys have all seen what we're able to do in short amounts of time. Expect that to ramp up as we grow, right? But yeah, if you're wanting to apply, tavernlightgames.com. If your position is not there, because I think we only have like one open position right now, technically, just do a general application and say what you're applying for. Yeah. Can you share a link? Just Google tavernlightgames.com. Otherwise, someone else can share it in the chat. Also, guys, sorry, my nose is still stuffed. I apologize if I'm like sniffling. Okay. But if I don't, I like can't breathe through my nose, and I hate mouth breathing, especially when talking. So. I used to mouth breathe until I was like 17, and because I didn't realize that it was like really weird. and then someone like called it out, and I was like, wait, this is like a weird thing to be doing. And then I got dedicated to changing it, and now I like hate doing it. But my nose is actually pretty stuffed now, so I think I am gonna be doing the odd mouth breathing. I want to say I'm absolutely loving this game. My friends are having a blast. I appreciate that. What's been incredibly cool to us is seeing us kind of break into the mainstream MMORPG market. We never thought that was going to happen. We knew we had a really special game, and we were very proud of what we made. And it was so hard for outsiders to just look at the game and be like, oh, this is like a new Ultima, or oh, this is a new Tibia. It was really hard to feel like limited by that way. And it was it was amazing to see through the open beta, but then especially launch, how we completely broke out of that mold. There was like a thread on the MMORPG subreddit where a guy, this is a kind of a huge spark for us, was a guy made a post saying Ravendawn is, in like all caps, like not like Tibia. And then he's like, I believe, an editor on MMORPG, and he wrote a review about us like a year ago and said, oh, it looks like Tibia, blah, blah, blah. And he made that thread to kind of clear up that it wasn't after playing it, and said like it is such a different game and it has so much to offer. And that kind of sparked interest on that subreddit. And from there, we grew a ton, and it's been really special to see that people who've never played, they post like, oh, this looks like Tibia, or oh, this is Tibia, and they just get massively downvoted because we're not, right? We have their art perspective, and we love their art perspective. And to be clear, it's not unique to them. There are many other games that also have that art perspective, and they weren't the first to do it either. But we do like their art perspective. We think it's great, and we like that style. But obviously, as all you guys know, the gameplay is completely different, and that works in our favor and against us at times, right? It definitely worked against us a lot more up until about a week ago. I think it's very quickly spread that we are a special game and we offer something much bigger. And so it's been really cool to see us kind of break into that more mainstream MMORPG market. And for the size that we are, right? We're not an Amazon Games. We don't have $25 million to market the game, right? These games, I feel strongly that the reason why a lot of MMORPGs see a 90% drop off in the first month of players and a 50% drop off in the first few days is because they have enormous marketing budgets, and that takes away from the game. I get why buy to play games do it, though, of course, because people buy the game and then 3 days later they quit. But for and that is why I am very convinced that or why we have not seen a drop off, and we've actually just seen a massive growth since our launch, because we didn't have a huge marketing budget and we did what we could. But a good game shined through, and that is why we are spreading. That is why we are growing, and that is why I genuinely don't believe that the mold of an MMORPG has to shrink after launch is true. I think a lot of MMORPGs do, but there have been many MMORPGs in the past that are just good games and they don't shrink. A good example of that is Albion Online. This is a game that, when they released, it was not a huge hit, and they have grown year after year, and they are continuing to grow because I think at the end of the day, they were a smaller studio. They made a good game, and they've continued to work on it and be proud of it and work hard on it. And I think that is ultimately, I don't think MMORPGs need to go down in population, and we've seen good MMORPGs not. And I'm very proud to see that Ravendawn has grown every day since its launch. And I don't think there's an end in sight because we are still just trying to keep up with more and more players. Any ETA on community land notes? Yes. We hope to, I'll talk about this. Tomorrow we are going to be, tomorrow, but possibly within the next 48 hours. But hopefully tomorrow, we're going to be dropping a roadmap on things we're working on and kind of the order that they are going to be coming in. I've talked a lot about these in past streams, but improvements to community land is a huge one. I'll share a little bit about this. We will be increasing the size of community land from 7x7 to 8x7. And that will allow people who want to be placing like 2x2s to better be able to place them, because right now we understand that when there's 7 tiles, you can't really perfectly place them. It's really frustrating. So that will be the first change. We will also have houses added to community land. So if you do not have land, don't panic. You will get a house. The housing part is a little bit trickier to do, so it's going to take us a little bit more time. The land part, though, will be coming quite soon. And so if you guys are like, oh my God, I wish I had land, I didn't start till the day after, you know, I mean, there still is some land available, but obviously, you know, some people are sad about that. Please understand that we are going to make sure community land is there, and we'll have houses and we'll be 8x7. So please do not panic. Okay. Is this game going to be playable on mobile? So we 100% will have a mobile light version of Ravendawn, allowing you to do stuff like use your land, use the marketplace, craft, stuff like that. Whether we will have a full like run around questing, stuff like that in mobile, that is up to be decided. I will say with how much we've blown up, I would say it is more likely than ever now. And like if you're looking at like a boiling point, like it's up there. Originally what we said though is gonna be a mobile light version to allow you to kind of do those things like, hey, you know, you're at work, hop on quick and engage with your land, quick, you know, like harvest your stuff like that. But it is definitely something that is on our radar and something that we would like to do. Mobile stuff kills a game. And you're using an example of a purely mobile game. Albion Online has done great having a mobile client. I don't think mobile clients kill games. I think the things that come with mobile games kill games. But I understand some people don't separate those very well. That is totally fine. Was there an EU server statement already? Yes, right now we do not have plans to open up an EU server, guys. I'm going to make that super public. If that changes, you guys will be the first to know. We will do an announcement. Right now we do not have plans to open an EU server. For most of you EU players and SA players, a lot of the lag, guys, is not lag because we are NA East. It is not because of that. It is because the servers are struggling. So a lot of you guys are, you know, you're playing from EU and technically you're actually getting 100 MS ping, pretty much nothing, and you're like, oh man, it feels so laggy. That is because the servers are really struggling, and that is what this maintenance is about, to do a lot of optimizations for it, and we hope to have that solved, and we won't rest until it is solved. But I need to make super clear that it is not because you are playing from like right across the ocean. It is not because of that. It's just because the servers are struggling. So I really encourage you, when you're shouting for that, you know, EU server, SA server and stuff like that, a lot of you guys have played Albion Online. Most people had no idea that they only had one server in the exact same location as us. In the end of the day, though, when the servers are lagging, it is going to make it feel really bad. And that is not just for you guys. That is for NA players too. Watch NA players as well. They're like, oh man, I'm super laggy. It is not because they are 10 milliseconds away from the server or 100 miles away from the server. It is because... it is because the servers are struggling. And again, that is what this maintenance is about and what we're working so hard on. Yeah, I'm NA and it's still laggy. Exactly, yeah. Are you planning to go with Steam? We absolutely, or 99% will in the future. We've already been approved by Steam to go on Steam. For anyone who doesn't know, a little bit industry insider, I think most of you guys know, Steam has borderline a monopoly on game platforms. And anyone who doesn't know, Epic Games takes 5%, if not even less. And Steam takes 30%. This is an enormous amount of money for an indie studio to pay off to a platform. This is not to say that Steam does not bring a huge amount of marketing and advertising. It absolutely does. But when you already have a very organic following and a very large organic following, you usually will self-publish first and look to launch on Steam later. For anyone wondering, like if you are playing currently through our client and we add to Steam later, you will be able to play on Steam in the future if you want. But just so you guys understand how that works, 30% is a huge amount to pay to a platform right off the top, just for having your game on their platform, especially if you end up driving your entire audience there. That is why Albion Online, BDO, and pretty much every MMORPG in the world is either not on Steam or they add to Steam in the future. That's why BDO added to Steam like 2 years after release. That is very common to do, and probably what we will do in the future. So. Will there be a global chat in Spanish? I believe that we're already adding one because yeah, we do not expect the amount of Spanish players, but it is enormous as well. Couldn't you just release it as a free game on Steam and then make Patreon launching it through your website? Yes. So some do that. That is technically against their TOS, and they will ban you very fast for it. So some small games do that though, or a lot of small games do that. Obviously, Steam is not dumb enough to let you make a loophole like that. So you unfortunately do not have that option. And to be clear, you can still sell through your own website and have it on Steam. It's not that you're not allowed to, it's that you have to report that as revenue to Steam, to be clear. So you can do that. There are games that have that, obviously, but you have to report that revenue. Where I think what he was implying was like, couldn't you just like avoid it by doing that, right? Can I get banned for playing on Steam Deck? No, you will not get banned for playing on Steam Deck. Assuming that you're passing our bot checks, which you can do on Steam Deck. But lots of people are playing on Steam Deck, like a lot. There is a guide in our Discord. I think if you just search Steam Deck, there's like YouTube video guides on how to play on Steam Deck. Controller support. We don't have native support, but there are a lot of people playing on controller as well. So yeah. By the way, I got to show you guys something crazy. Okay. This data is going to be published probably tomorrow. And I want to show you. So this is from the first 4 days of launch, because this data, I think there's a 48-hour lag time or something our marketing team said. So this number is way higher now, especially because our viewership has been insane the last couple of days. This number is even higher, but we are going to be sharing this number with everybody tomorrow on a big post we're doing. But I do want to share this now already because it is impossibly hype. But this has been, again, this is like 48 hour old data. I mean, now at this point, it's like 50 plus hours. On Twitch alone, we have hit, this is not including like YouTube videos, YouTube streams, and this is not our channel, to be clear, this is all channels, but this is just on Twitch. And there are so many, anyways, don't even get into that. We have hit over 1 million unique viewers, and 1.35 million hours watched. This is insane to us. Like, I think in our open beta, we had like 8,000 unique viewers or some shit like that. I don't know. It was like a way smaller number. If you guys are curious on perspective of how insane this is to us, this is insane. The fact that over 1 million people have been watching Ravendawn, unique people, and for 1.35 million hours. And again, this is like 50-hour old data. So this was just from the first few days of launch. And the viewership, like, I mean, we're still like 10K right now in that. Yeah, it's crazy. We need more outfits. There are tons of outfits. You need to unlock more outfits is what you mean. Yeah. Amino acid. I just farted. Okay. It looks like fishing isn't worthwhile. Am I wrong here? I will say early game fishing is a little bit probably undertuned. It probably is a little bit on the low side. I already was talking with the game design team like 3 hours ago about this, saying, hey, I think we should tune up low level fishing a little bit. Because the truth is, like 30 and like 40 plus, fishing is very much worth doing. It is a very solid gathering profession. And a lot of like players know that. But at the same time, it can be like discouraging seeing early fishing where you're like, what is the point of this? I'm making like nothing. So we will definitely have a small buff to it. I'm not sure when. Like we have a lot of other important things to handle first, but we do understand it's a little discouraging at low level. I promise it definitely is worthwhile later if that's what you want to do. It's not like a requirement or anything, but it definitely gets way better. Yeah, I mean, I see like some streamers in here who are like, yeah, fishing is solid. What plans do you have for those who bought Raven coins that have nothing to do with them besides patron time? We understand that our shop is very thin right now and there's just not a lot that we are selling. The truth is we just don't feel comfortable or definitely haven't felt comfortable monetizing while we have had just like server issues and stuff. You know, we don't feel comfortable putting other things that people would buy, even though I know you guys are like literally begging for it. We get like DMs of people literally like, please, I want to support you. Let us spend money on something, but we need something to buy. And obviously that means a lot to us. And we really appreciate that. And I kind of respond every time the same way. I'm like, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Right now we're just focusing on other things. And again, that means a lot to us, guys. Please don't think we take that lightly. We just don't feel comfortable like adding, you know, other cosmetics or anything to spend money on, while we should be handling the servers. We feel like that'd be very weird for us to do. So, you know, sit tight. I really appreciate you offering that. But right now, like our focus is on the game. Thank you guys for all the nice messages. I appreciate that. Again, I say this all the time, guys. There's going to be a day that maybe I make a nerf that you don't like, or maybe we make a buff that you don't like, or maybe we make a change you guys don't like. And I know that 6,000 people will be mad at me then. Well, we have way more than 6,000 now in the stream. But I know you guys will be mad at me at times, and I know you guys will love me at times. And that is my role as a game director, to take that on. And I can't say enough how much we appreciate how sweet everyone has been. It means the world to us. I hope you also understand, like, you know, there's a lot of things that we decide not to do that can make us a lot of money, like that exit lag sponsorship and a lot of other things that we could obviously do that we do not do, because in the end of the day, we care about the game first. That is what matters to us. We want to make something special here. And I hope you guys always understand that when we do changes that you don't like, please give us the benefit of the doubt, okay? Before you go into the Discord and scream at us and say all this shit about us, please remember what we have done time and time again, and that when we do things, it is not for purely our best interest. It is for the game's best interest. If we were doing things for our best interest, we would have took an exit lag sponsorship instead of just negotiating free for you guys. We would have done. We would sell Raven packs, right? Like, and funny enough, this is a fun topic, because this is actually one of the things that's hurt us almost the most. People hear packs and they instantly freak out. We have seen it in so many streams. A guy opens a Raven pack and they're like, LOL, pay to win game. We don't sell Raven packs. We could make a fucking fortune off Raven packs, but we don't. Because we love the mechanic. I've been a TCG person all my life. I love the feeling of opening a pack of cards. But we wanted to encapsulate that in a fun way in an MMO. But we also understand that when people see that on a stream or in a review or whatever, they instantly assume that it is like a cash shop thing. But we put it in because we like the mechanic. We think it's fun. And we don't think that every time you put in a mechanic like that, it needs to be sold. So I just want you guys to like, please give us the benefit of the doubt on things we do, that if we wanted to just cash out and make a shit ton of money, we would do stuff like that. To be clear, I'm pretty sure if we put Raven cards in the shop to be sold, we would make quite literally 20 times more money than we have made. And that's not a low number. I literally mean that. It is probably 20 times. And so I hope you guys understand that the reason why we don't have it in the shop to be purchased is because we want to make a special game. And if there's a change you guys don't like, something that we do, whatever, please give us benefit of the doubt that if we really were in this for the money and purely in it for the money, there's things that we could do. So. Oh, guys, it is crazy that we are on a 3-minute slow mode and I cannot keep up with the chat. Why is everyone telling me to add in the... No one's... Yeah. I don't think I need to add that as a title. Our dad's solving the lag right now. Check our announcements. Pretty much all of our announcements have been updates on that and about that. Yeah, sorry, check the announcement. Sorry, I just got a message that I had to respond to. Check the announcements, guys. This is something that we've been really trying to update you guys on and keep you It is 180. I set it to 180. It is our full focus. It is why none of us are sleeping. It is why I'm streaming right now. But we are doing a maintenance right now that we are very optimistic. We'll have enormous improvements to lag. And guys, if it's not enough, we will be not sleeping until it is solved. I vow this to you, and this is just what we're doing. We will make sure that you guys have a very smooth gameplay experience. And until then, we won't rest. And that is our full focus. Poor devs. To be fair, guys, everyone has a huge ownership behind what we're making. We're an indie team. We love this game. You know, this is something that while it is a very hard time, and I know, you know, I don't think I've ever really fought with a developer before, or fought like smallest fight. But I don't think I've even had like a spat with one before, other than like the most weird minor things. But we've definitely like gone up each other's skin a little bit the last few days. And, you know, obviously it's followed by apologies and stuff like that. Because, you know, we're just all very tired and very stressed. But, you know, we're doing it because everyone in the studio really cares about this game. It's, you know, it's not just me. And that's why we're doing it, right? That's why player support is, you know, in there for 18 hours a day without being asked. That is why programmers are working around the clock to make optimizations and get the server stable and stuff like that. Yeah, that is why we're doing it. Can you organize a boxing tournament amongst the devs? I have no idea what that has to do with anything, so... Well done so far, enjoying the game a lot and have faith in you and your team. Yeah, I mean, all I ask, guys, is you guys have seen that it is a special game. I hope you guys understand that we put the same passion into the way the game is made as we are into improving the servers and solving lag issues. I hope you guys kind of see that like the way that we do one thing is the way we do everything. But we do need time, right? Optimizations can't happen at the flick of a switch. It takes time to find those, make sure they're tested, make sure they're safe, make sure they're stable, and then implement them. But we, again, I've said it 100 times, we won't rest until the servers are completely stable and you guys are like, holy shit, this game is so smooth when there is not consistent spikes in ping and constant stutters and stuff like that. You guys should make a battleground. Ooh. We talked about that last live stream, and look for the roadmap tomorrow. Oh shit, guys, we got to do a giveaway here because we might be booting up soon again here. Is there any way to just do it with Nightbot? No, I'll do marbles. Let's do marbles. So guys, I was kind of vibing. I was hoping that maybe it would take a little longer so I could stream a little longer. But unfortunately, you guys are going to have to play Ravendawn pretty quick again here. Oh God, I really just want to use Nightbot. Okay, this is working. Okay. Race. Oh, I just realized there is literally no way that everyone's going to get in for this. Or maybe there is. Okay, what we're going to do is you guys can do !vote number for what map you guys want. Go ahead and vote. We're going to go desktop audio on a little bit so you guys can hear the game. You can go ahead and vote a map. Just so you guys know, it is !play to join. You can't join just yet. However, what we are going to do, guys, is it is the first 1,000 in. Okay. That is the first part of this giveaway. If we are to hit 1,000, we might not, entries, but, and also if you are in YouTube chat, you have to come to Twitch chat to use !play. Okay. So I'll give you a chance to hop over. You're going to have time. Don't worry. I'm going to give about 30 seconds, twitch.tv/Ravendawn online. Before we do the giveaway here, guys, I'm going to confirm a couple things. One, please follow our Twitch channel. Please follow our Twitch category. Please go follow whatever creators. I mean, I'll just give some quick shout outs. GGTS, insane, more like analytical Portuguese creator. Gerardi does like the Raven cast. Taylera, Elias. You know, if you're looking for an English creator, Jerry's awesome. There's also Poe and someone else was streaming today. Oh God, Jonah Vale. He was making some cool content. God, sorry, there's so many more people I should be shouting out. But anyways, please go follow those guys. I am gonna host after this ends. Who am I gonna host? Oh shit, the person I was gonna host went offline. What is this? Outrageous. I promised that I would not host a Portuguese creator today because I've hosted a lot of Portuguese creators. But the person that I was going to host went offline, so now I don't know who to host. So we might have one more time I don't know who else to host. There's people that I haven't hosted that I really should. So it's gonna be a random host here, guys. I'm gonna put in 3 names that I see, and I'm gonna do a random roll. Okay. If you guys are watching and you are a content creator and I don't host you, nothing against you at all. Usually I try and host a different person every time. And I promise you, if I haven't hosted you, one of these streams I will. Also, please understand that like a lot of our community watching right now, it's like 30% EU, 30% NA, 40% Portuguese. So probably the English and EU people will tune out if you're a Portuguese creator, and the vice versa if you are a Polish creator or an English creator, etc. Okay, Elite member has 189. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start this race. First 1,000 people get in. !play in Twitch chat to join. Boom! It is started. It is going. Wait, did it just like insta start the actual? Oh no, now people join. Sorry. Okay. Oh, this is a sick map. Good voting, guys. Holy shit. So yeah, just a few more things I want to cover, guys. This maintenance is going to be over pretty quick here. Please understand, we rushed these optimizations in because we felt they were very important to get in. The team worked really hard and we're up late and up early to get these in. Please be patient if you come into a problem, okay? Please don't scream in the Discord, freaking out. Please be nice and calm. We will get it fixed, we promise. but hopefully we have no issues, and hopefully these optimizations solve the lag issues, or at least have a huge improvement on them. If they don't, we will continue working hard until they're done. I promise. That is our promise to you. In terms of guys supporting us, sharing the word about us, talking about us on Reddit, talking about us on forums, on Twitter, Instagram, whatever, these things, like if you can't support us financially, that is just as good. That is just as good and just as important to us. Our name getting out there is just as important. If you can support us financially, amazing, and thank you so much. Again, when it comes to monetization, it has just not been our focus, because our focus is on getting everything, getting community land solved, getting server optimized. And one more thing, tomorrow or the day after latest, expect to see a roadmap. We will be sharing a lot of cool stuff. Wow, we are capped out at 1,000. I'm really sorry for anyone who didn't get in, and still lots of people trying to enter. Marbles does not allow for more than 1,000. This is crazy. Feel free to continue to be posted here in Neos. But I will continue to hang out. Okay, we're going to get this started, guys. And I'm going to quickly explain. The way that the race works is top 50 people are going to win 1 month of patron. I need to make clear, guys, it will take a day or two to get this patron code to you. If you already have patron, you can still use it and get an extra 30 days. If you already have patron and you're like, I don't need an extra 30 days because I have a year, you can give this code to somebody else. You can give it away. You can give it to a friend, whatever you want. But yeah, the top 50 are going to win it. I'm not going to do a last place thing, as much as I love it, because usually we don't have this many goddamn marbles. It is going to be hard to track. Oh God, but I love doing the last place thing. No, we're not. Top 50. You got to be fast. And top 50, you guys, I'm going to show it on stream, but you guys will get DM'd on Twitch with a code. Again, it will take 24 to 48 hours. Okay. Do not be messaging us on Discord for your code. Don't be messaging us Twitch for your code. You will get DM'd a code. The community managers will make a recording of everybody who wins. Well, we again, auto recording community managers, so don't panic setting that up. It auto records on YouTube. If you miss part of the stream, you can go to YouTube and watch it. It is automatically a VOD there. Guys, I hope you guys have a ton of fun playing Ravendawn. It has been mind-blowing to see us open a whole nother world. And again, I hope you guys know one of our worlds is like 20 worlds in most games, because every channel is like its own mini world. It was insane to open up another world, and now to see it with a queue. The fact that we are still growing every day is weird in the MMORPG genre, but also incredibly flattering. And I think it's because we have a special game. And once we get this lag fixed, we are going to explode even more. All right, guys, starting this shit. Let's go. Okay, got the controls. We're good. We're going to be dropping. I'm going down and getting that angle, getting that good angle. Godspeed, soldiers. Top 50, 1 month of patron. Let's go. Oh shit. Oh, this map is actually crazy. Oh, just like, yes. This map is sick. You guys voted real well, because there's a lot of really terrible maps in the top maps. God bless. All right, we're going to stay kind of at the front. Also, someone tell me what the Tampa Bay Lions game is. I want you guys to know, one of my biggest passions in life, other than MMORPGs, actually, sorry, my second biggest passion in life other than MMORPGs is American football. And I am missing an American football playoff game right now. Don't get me wrong. I would be sitting here working, but I would at least have it on. I have to keep it off when I'm streaming because I would get way too easily distracted. Please, someone let me know how Tampa's doing. I'm not a Tampa Bay fan, but I do want them to beat the Lions. I am a Chargers fan, for anyone wondering. Congratulations, first place. Top 50, let's go. Damn, we loaded up quick. I'm sure that's top 50 already. God bless, rip that dude. Yeah. Boost actually does not do anything. However, guys, I should have told you this before, but I would do it now for the next race. Following us on Instagram, YouTube, Twitch channel, following other creators in the Twitch channel, being in our Discord, discord.gg/Ravendawn. This is the only way to be faster in marbles. So make sure that you're doing all those things. Also doing like shout outs on Twitter, on Reddit, stuff like that. That also actually gets us higher up. And one other thing, because I thought this was not allowed, but it actually is allowed. I Googled it. The one other thing I want to say, guys, is I'm going to quickly share this with you guys. We'll show final results in 1 sec. You guys got to wait a sec to know. We made a Google business profile on accident a month ago. We thought that it was for something different, and you cannot delete a Google business profile. The only thing you can do is say you're out of business to close it. But then everyone who Googles it will see you're out of business, which obviously we are not. So we cannot get rid of it. Because of that, because we are in this happy accident or this sad accident, but making the most of it, making lemonade out of lemons, it would mean the world to us. If anything, while we are not perfect, if anything, if you just take our commitment over the last few days, the game we've made that you know will be here very soon once the lag issues are solved. I think most of you guys love the game. You just don't like the lag. But if you want to show back to us in 10 seconds, it would mean the world to us if you just went on Google and Googled Ravendawn Online. We have a business profile there, and you give us some stars. Again, we're making lemonade out of lemons, but it would actually mean the world to us. Yeah, it really does, and I hope you consider the game that we have made and the experience that we are working really hard to make sure that you guys all have as what you use as your benchmark for that consideration. So we thank you if you do that. Means a lot. We're going to show final results now. Top 50. Congratulations. I recognize a lot of these names too, mainly from Discord. If anyone here yelled at me though, you're removed. Again, you don't have to message us, guys. If you won, you will get reached out to in the next 48 hours on Twitch. A DM will be sent to you with a code. If you already have Patreon and you don't want a code for Patreon, you can give it away to a friend, or you can use it to add more Patreon time, or give it away in the Discord chat, stuff like that. That is something you can do. And yeah, guys, means the world to us that there are 6,500 people in here. 6,700 people in here between Twitch and YouTube. That is crazy. I'm going to say something that is really hype. The servers are back online. Go play. Be patient if there's any issues, guys. Please be patient. Regarding queues, guys, once things are stable, we will add more ability to log in. We will set up more servers, stuff like that. And when I say servers, I'm referring to channels, not new worlds. Don't get them turned up. Don't get it twisted. But we will add that support. Our first focus is making sure the servers are lag free. Please be patient with us, though. If it's not perfect, we will work tirelessly on it. Thank you so much for all being here. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for sharing about us on Reddit, on Twitter, on wherever. It really means the world to us. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to hop out of here. Hope you guys had fun hanging out with me during the maintenance. Any long maintenance, I think I'm just going to do these, just hang out with you guys and answer questions. Show the 50 again? No. Okay, really quick. You can watch the VOD on YouTube, though, if you don't see yourself. Okay, just go to the YouTube, watch the VOD. Thank you, guys. I'm going to turn off the stream now. Bye. See you. Have fun playing.